Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
I don't know. How does it feel to know
Welcome to the chat.
How does it feel to know that I'm still here, even though you try to sabotage me this morning? Yep. You should be snorting. Choke away, pal. Choke away, pal. Yep.
I did not sabotage you at all.
Oh, sure you did.
Wait. Let me show Henry.
Sure you didn't.
Henry, I even have a fresh glass of ice water.
Actually,
and look, look? There's a little bit of lipstick on there too.
That's not even how
I don't understand how you could say I sabotage you.
I like my water. It's a proven fact. You should always drink your water from Steel in the morning, and that's how I like it. So if you wanna make yourself late and go correct this drink, you could do that. Let's play out this morning.
Explain to everybody why you should think out of Steel. Let me hear this. Go ahead. Explain why things need to be. Go ahead.
Because it keeps it colder longer, and you will then therefore finish a larger quantity of water throughout the day because you will drink a colder item rather than this that's going to eventually reach. I'm not going to drink this because it's going to eventually get to room temperature. It's just going to sit there. But anything in Steel stays colder longer, so then I'll drink more water throughout the morning.
Who walks around with a glass all day long like an idiot? Who does that?
They wouldn't, but I walk around with my Steel container all day.
Okay, I'm not convinced. If you guys are convinced,
But let's not skate around the facts here, Biden. All right. So at the end of the day, I'm surprised I'm here this morning. Yeah. All right.
I was trying to do the nice thing.
So the average person would have kept the phone near you then, because I keep the alarm on it. Here I was counting sheep in my sleep because Mrs. Pate has been running.
You needed sleep.
Trump, can I finish a sentence now?
Oh, wow.
Now you're switching roles. All week, poor Miss Pate, while this one sits and plays his video games, I've been down here running what night? I ended almost 9:00 at night with work.
Yes.
I've been running like the little engine that could all week long with work. I'm a wee bit exhausted. So this morning, I had to get up to potty, and it was about 5-something. And this one, it smelled like something from World War II next to me.
How do you know what World War II smells like? Are you really giving up your age? You didn't answer your age on 40 questions. Now you're dating yourself.
I could only imagine from all the war movies we've watched that if I had to correlate the smell of what was coming out of my bed sheets from you, I could cry tears of connection to what they went through. So at the end of the day, when does Mr. Pate's performance want to, get cozy, if you know what I mean? This is a family channel.
No.
When he's blowing things up. Well, I turned.
Who cooks? Whose food do I eat? You're cooking.
Hold the train there, Smurf. So at the end of the day, I look at the clock. First of all, if there's an explosion like that happening, I know better than to let him get that close. Number 2, I know he's not passing no baby wipe test. I'm not going near nothing. Number 2, at the end of the day, hold on.
You're a kindergarten teacher.
So
hold on. What comes after 2?
I got caught up in what we were talking about. I thought of number 2. So at the end of the day, we're probably on number 10 with him at this point. But I looked at the clock and I knew
when she's still dreaming, let me know.
This tired girl had a solid 2 hours to go. So I looked at him and I'm like, back off, brother. King size bed, back off with your smell. What should happen? But our Nest system triggered my phone and I heard about it. I'm like, oh, come on, man. So he thought he'd do the kind thing and remove my phone from the room. Now, with any good common sense, he knows the alarm is on my phone, so I know when to get up for this morning with my favorite people. All of a sudden, I'm coming out of counting sheep this morning in my cozy new pajamas and my non-smelling bed, because now he's removed himself from it. And I look at the alarm, the regular clock, And I notice I barely have minutes to get ready. And he goes, oh, your phone's downstairs in the dining room. I smell sabotage written all over it. And he goes, I just wanted you to have a good morning sleep. Really? So what happens if I would have just kept drifting into the abyss?
It's fine. The channel would have gone on without you.
Nobody wants to see you.
I was prepared to
Nobody
go
wants
on.
To see you. You really think do you think the morning's about you?
What's the name of the channel?
About that.
What's the name of the channel?
I don't know about that.
What's the name of the channel?
Henry, are you here for him or me? Let's be honest. You here for him or me? Don't try to flash your pearly little cute whites at him now. Good morning, my favorite Henry from Connecticut. How are you?
Good morning, Henry. Good morning, Uncle Ed. Uncle Ed is with Twisted V Team Garage with their weekly Malefics. So good morning, Twisted.
Good morning.
That would be the Mrs. and Mr. Twisted. Fun things to do. Text Sparky, how are you? Hope you had a wonderful week. I know you had an important meeting, I think, last week. I don't know what transpired, but hopefully all is going well.
Prime for a good time.
Oh, really?
Well, you tried to prime for a good time, and
nope.
That was like the Nazis invaded this morning.
Dreaming. Keep dreaming.
Please. You were nuzzling your head into my stomach like you were a fetus about to plant itself.
That was cold.
Okay. Mr. Jason Hughes, good morning.
KCB, how are you? KCB got some snow. I pieced him on Instagram. Hopefully he will get enough to use his snow machines. I've seen a couple people saying that they've been getting snow. A couple people have used their snowblower, not us yet. Thomas Andrews, hello, how are you?
You, damn right, Thomas Andrews. And you know what?
That's her with her life story.
Keep it up, and I'm going to send his smell your way.
He's used to it. Peter Kane, how are you? I thought I had a bad night. Now, let me tell you. You eat her cooking?
Oh.
You will.
Please.
Your body could do things you could never imagine.
Save your story. Save your story. Because I believe it was last week in our 40 questions that you, on camera, recorded. She's a good cook.
Yeah.
She's amazing.
Yeah. Okay, and?
Let's talk about the fact that
what is that? What is that?
Pain
is pleasure is pain or whatever. So I enjoy the food, but sometimes it's painful coming out. What do you want me to tell you?
Let's talk about the real reason why you're so gassy. The average person, when they have something and they're sitting there rootin'-tootin', even I tell the children, if you're gassy and your belly's starting to get rumbly, go in and try to go potty. You will sit there because you're Xboxing away. You don't want to disturb the battle because you're saving the world. You will avoid the potty at all costs. And you're like, I don't have to potty. Meanwhile, I'm waiting for a hole to blow through the couch sometimes. Or I'm waiting for one day. Oh, you don't even want to know what he thought was so funny when he got out of the shower last night. This is a family channel and
somebody's
PG.
triggered. Somebody's triggered. I don't understand.
He thought this was hysterical. Let's just say my wall of my bathroom, what he thought was so funny was about to become a brand new color. It was disgusting. But he will fight trying to go potty. And it's like, dude, go in the bathroom, sit down for a few minutes, and all that rootin'-tooting might lead to something magical. And then you won't be rootin'-tooting around the house so much. But no, doesn't want to stop whatever he's playing or doing to just give potty time a little bit of time. So there's that. Oh, I'm about to put you in block time. Please, how do I block you for a while? Let's see, what are my choices? Block the viewer or time out? Can we put you in timeout on the toilet for a while? I think we'll do that. Oh, please.
You're cooking. Just remember that.
Oh, please. Oh, look who it is. Thank God. A handsome, probably non-rootin'-tooting guy. Mr. Jack Bray. Jack Bray, you probably believe when you start rootin'-tooting, just hit the toilet, right?
Oh, Lord.
Ashley, AJP, how you doing? Good morning. But anyway, besides your rootin'-tooting, you are good for many, many things. And we've had a pretty cool week around here, to be honest with you.
Interesting.
We've had I'd say cool. I know we don't want to give away too much. Oh God, I can't believe I'm saying this word. Content. We don't want to give away too much content.
What content?
Well, we have content
Of course,
from
we
some
always
of the
have
activities this week, but they were fun things this week. Miss
your
Pate,
content.
Miss Pate added to the content. Yeah, Thomas, I'm taking a note from your book. Anyway, I'm like Grumpy Cat today. Please. You know what, Thomas? When someone comes in your bathroom and bends over and says, "Oh, what do you think of this?" and almost paints your bathroom wall a new color, you tell me how you'd feel about that. So keep your words to yourself, pal. Anyway, wow, soap last week and potty time this week.
What was soap last week? Last week.
Well, you said you were gonna
2 hours. I don't understand.
Last week you decided to stick your soap, my soap, up your rear, and there was hair all over it. So yes, Jack Bray, do you see why, as much as there are children that are needed,
Congratulations.
it's like having children around. Oh, Ken, no. I will say
one word she's saying.
I will say, you know when they say like no one was hazard in the making of this video?
No one was harmed.
Oh, whatever. There was no number 2 produced in this funny act of his, but my God, I was waiting for it. And one day, and I will say, this is something he has done before, thinking he's a funny guy. And one day, it's going to produce something. Will's Garage, good morning. Great to have you here. But yeah, it was an interesting week. It was a busy week. There has been the essence of what this channel definitely is, buying, flipping, selling.
Oh yeah, I did buy. On
finding.
Instagram, check out my Instagram. Yeah, check out my Instagram.
Even down to just finding.
Making some pretty aggressive moves. Did I vlog it on the channel? I started to, but then it was whatever. But it kind of fell apart. I am probably going to have a very, very long, I don't know, I'm going to hit you guys with probably like a Sell 'em Sunday. It's not going to be Sell 'em Sunday. I think we're going to wrap up the Tiller. Mm-hmm. And then this week we'll have her on the channel that she just thought she could. She'll be in there. She almost ruined content because she's just so full of herself. And that'll probably be her own.
Because of how I came home with it?
And then
well, I think they should get rid of these whole like you can't play whatever music you want. I think it should be like a movie.
And then here we go along that nobody listens.
Lucky, I don't know what you're talking about, brother, because
you're not blocked.
your comments come up every time. You're not blocked. So check your end, dude. We love you.
Yeah, so we have Tiller probably, the end of the Tiller will be Sunday. That'll be a pretty interesting video for you guys to see because that'll be we're talking about riding waves. So that'll be a little bit of a spoiler. I don't want, if you guys watch that video, I don't like to do, what is that called? Come on. Clickbaiting.
Yeah.
I don't like to do clickbaiting, but if you guys watch that whole video, it should be pretty short, if I remember correctly. And then you guys will see, the end of how the title meets the end of the video. So don't get offended if you felt that you're clickbaited, but that's part of buying and selling. And hopefully you guys can learn from that and do the same thing too. Mm-hmm. And then part of my it's not going to be Sell 'em Sunday. Maybe I'll hit you guys with a video during the week. That'll also continue with riding waves and how you guys should capitalize on that. Literally stop, drop, and roll what you're doing and just jump on this wave and just go that way.
Lucky, see, you just commented and we see you again. You're here, buddy. Just check your end, dude. So can you, in all fairness, so you talk about all these videos coming your way. You know, I give you credit all the time where credit's due.
Well, you know, I have OCD issues, so we have a little block going on.
Can you share with your viewers why you're now not having issues anymore? Who was your superwoman who came to your rescue, who took an entire day to sit with the right people, and who got you up and running again?
You.
Thank you. Thank you. Because you're worth it to me.
Are you kidding me? I took a day off work to take care of you when you were sick. And then I spent the day trying to figure out the issue.
Is that what you call sitting in the other room playing video games?
But I got you your food, I got you this, made sure you sleep, make sure I got your medication when you needed it. because you couldn't go out sick. People would have shot you in the middle of COVID. Can you imagine? Can you imagine coughing and looking like crap at CVS? Someone would probably shoot you and throw you in the dumpster.
Wow. You're so appreciative. You're so
I
appreciative.
said thank you.
With 1,001 lowball hits on the side.
But it's not like I didn't like make an effort. I made
and you didn't say thank you when it was originally done either. Just
I made
for the
an
record.
unhumanitarian effort trying to resolve our issue before
Exactly.
you got involved. How many
I
hours
agree
did
with
I
you.
spend?
I agree. But you know how many wives would sit there and be like, I'm not taking up my whole day to help resolve something that doesn't really involve me. I could name about 12 and a half wives.
Well, you're the
less.
techie person. You're the Apple rep for your school
And
district.
I came through for you. And we made magic happen. And now I would like to see the computer back up where it belongs for right now until further decisions are made. That needs to be done. So I have a sign I won that I hung in my house after helping the mister get his computer back on track. Do you know I'm still waiting about a week and 3 days later?
It has not been a week since
he won't help me hang a sign in my house.
It has not been a week since you got
there's that. But so what would you like to approach first in the crazy week? Because there's a lot of cool stuff that happened without giving away too much of what's coming.
What do you mean? The whole week has been the computer. Think about it. Every day I run home. I try and run to Best Buy. Had to run to PC Richards. Then had to run to Micro Center.
That's because you put that on yourself. We don't need to do that right now. Don't make any sounds out the other end. Don't make any sounds out the other end.
So actually, I am having
Thank you, Henry.
Where else are you going to get a partner like that, Jason? You are just so. I know she is very lucky to have me unconditionally. Unforgiving. You can go next door. They love me just as much.
Good luck with that. You better work on the other end then.
So.
and spread.
So that is that. Actually, I am having a pickle of a time with a lawnmower.
Good thing we didn't say hot dog of a time. Sorry, okay, I'm gonna grow up now.
And believe it or not, Ellis Mowers came to the rescue. And even after Ellis Mowers came to the rescue, and a few other people, I appreciate you guys helping me out. I am still having a beyond difficult time getting this sorted out. So the issue is, I don't even know if it's going to make the channel because I'm just so defeated. I don't know how long the stupid video is going to be. I got a free Toro SR4 Super Recycler lawnmower with a blade clutch. It vibrated with the clutch. PC Richards is still around here. There are plenty of stores. Actually, the home base of PC Richards is here in Farmingdale, New York.
Yes.
Is PC Richards outside of New York? It is, I have no idea. But they are all over Long Island, and their facilities, because they have crazy superstore here in Farmingdale between storage. It's just tremendous, absolutely tremendous. Their facilities, they have multiple buildings. Just in
and then the
Farmingdale.
Rest are like their
Amazing.
Warehouse stores. And I will say their warehouse stores, we got some pretty incredible things from some of their warehouse. The TV upstairs, actually, my God, that TV's running what? I want to say 10 years, maybe?
10 years old.
10 years strong. That thing is phenomenal.
And we bought it on clearance for $1,000 back then. You know what? $1,000 will get you a nice brand new TV.
And we've got friends.
Crazy how things have changed.
There's people that have like the newest ones that have come out and still will come over, right? Like even family members. We love your TV. We love your TV, and it's like we still talk about like, should we upgrade it? I know you want to go bigger.
Last year we wanted to upgrade. What was that? Black Friday or whatever, and then it's just, do you want to leave the house? No. Just we don't watch a lot of TV. We don't watch a lot of TV.
Anyway, but back to your mower, babe.
So I have a Toro SR4 blade clutch. Okay, I thought this was an easy fix. I swear to God. I thought this was so easy. Vibrates with the blade not spinning. So that means the clutch is not activated. The brake is resting on it, preventing it from spinning. Vibrates like hell with that. Once I disengage the brake and the clutch engages to spin the blade, this thing runs beautifully. No shakes, no vibrations, nothing. Popped open the cover, and nothing but shards come out. So that was shards of the brake pad, and it started eating into the bracket. I'm like, woo, easy peasy, 1, 2, 3. Ordered a new brake pad, slapped it on there. Still the same problem. Could not believe it. Luckily, I have multiple SR4s. So I took the part of the clutch that was riding on the brake, because I ran my finger around it, and it's uneven and out of round. I don't have a Craig MCM Engineering near me to run it on a lathe, and I was thinking about taking it to just a regular auto repair shop to see how much they would charge me to just run it on a lathe and smooth it out. And I says, you know what? I have 2 other SR4s. Actually, I have one. I have 2, but one of them also has a blade clutch. Runs beautifully. No issues whatsoever. Take the bottom portion of the blade clutch to that. Put it on there. Problem still persists. Take everything apart, and I admit defeat. Los Mowers says that he had the same issue, and the crank is bent. And that absolutely blew my mind. I wasn't calling Ellis a liar, but it doesn't make sense. As you guys know, when I did that $1,500 Toro lawnmower, that is the first time I've ever got in depth with a blade clutch, and I'm happy for it because now I understand what goes on inside the blade clutch, and I have no problem taking them on, non-running. A lot of people sell them in this area non-running for like maybe anywhere from $50 to $90, and it's in pieces. So now that I know what goes into a clutch, if things are in pieces, I know what's missing, what's broken, the whole line. Blade clutch to repair on a Toro are really not that expensive. You guys know I sell SR4s between $300 and $400. I am trying to pursue maybe $5 because the new Toros, their prices have gone up. We'll see. So anyway, it says it's bent. So I take everything off, and by eye, I cannot for the life of me see a bend in this shaft. Cannot. On a traditional lawnmower, as soon as you engage the blade, what happens? How do you know it's bent? This thing shakes like, all over the place like Michael J. Fox. I mean, this thing is terrible. This thing is just all over. I mean, you can't even sell it. That's how bad it is. So I'm like, all right, that's how it is. So that's how I was breaching. I wasn't calling Ellis a liar, but that's how I was basing that off of. A regular lawnmower, non-blade clutch, blade spins, it shakes, bent crank, bent blade, something's hinky over there. But this is the complete opposite. So I was kind of taken away. Pull off the blade clutch, and I'm spinning it, and I just can't detect it. So I says, all right, let me try my method, like you guys see on the channel, how you detect a bent crankshaft. I take my magnet, stick it on the side, and spin the blade. Well, guess what? What is an SR4 made out of? Aluminum. So guess what method I cannot use? My magnet. There is nothing. After that, I tried 2 different style of dial indicators. If you know what a dial indicator is, definitely check that out. I try not to use technical tools because I feel that's something that the average person would not have, and that is just a rare, once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. You guys seen I've straightened out many crankshafts, whether you guys like it or not, a certain way, and I've never had to do a dial indicator. This is so difficult to do. So there's 2 different style dial indicators that I use. One is vice grip mounted, and then you could try and slam it in there. There is no room to get that gauge in there. Then I tried another one with a base and an arm, and you can move it here, move it in there. Absolutely nothing. But I just kind of did like a rough thing where I could hold it, and it's not accurate, but as I'm pulling it, the crankshaft is definitely bent minutely. I got so frustrated, and I hit it blindly. And of course, it's not working. So I don't know what to do. I am thinking of throwing in the towel And
Now that's no fun.
converting it to a non-blade clutch lawnmower, which is just as simple as just maybe fixating permanently the bail cable to the personal pace lawnmower. So as soon as you start it, the clutch is engaged and the blade is spinning, and see you later, love you, bye. I have spent more time than I want to admit trying to figure this out and get it on camera. I would have to say maybe 3-4 days.
So can you talk for the friends who are watching? I know many of our friends in the chat know what we're working with here. For those who may watch at some given point in time, can we talk about if you were to keep at this and get it the way it needs to be, what we're talking about flipping price-wise versus if you just throw in the towel and go this route?
It's an SR4 Super Cycler. They command very good money, and you guys know what I do with them. They have a very good reputation. And we're coming towards the end of the season.
Morning, Franco. Thanks for joining, honey.
We are towards the end of the season. I have zero issues whatsoever not selling it for a decent price and keeping it till next year.
Sure.
I have zero issues with that. Now,
but can you give us price points, though, of fixing it and getting it going the way you want it versus this?
Last one I sold without a blade clutch on the channel, if memory serves me correct, that I restocked, I think it was $340 or $360.
That's a nice price for a mower.
Very nice price, but it's an SR4. I mean, there is no, you go on Google, I mean, if you even go on YouTube and you look up YouTubers that do lawn care and stuff like that have nice lawns like we do, a lot of them, they're running SR4. So it has a very, very good reputation. As soon as you type in SR4, there is no, it doesn't need no introduction. My Time Master has SR4 technology in it. That would be the, those, I call them pyramids inside the deck that helps with mulching. So SR4
morning, neighbor, welcome.
Oh my God, you are very, very early. Good morning, Henry Mosen Blowers. How are you? I think what was it? I had you on podcast this week. You've been getting out like 12 o'clock.
And he deservingly so can.
Yes.
You earn your way there, right,
yes,
Henry?
Definitely earned the right to do that.
So let the man get his coffee and get ready. Now, so that's $340, getting it, diagnosing it, getting it going. What if you throw in the towel and go the other route? What are we looking at?
I mean, I don't know, maybe 200, 250. I mean, then the first one I sold was no blade clutch. So I could probably try and pawn it off as that, just an on-blade clutch, just a regular. So I'd probably go for that, price point, as is, restyle it. I mean, I'm leaning towards that. I think today I'm probably going to set the timer, give myself one more hour to try and make this right. And that's it. I refuse to pull this motor off the engine, which would probably make it a lot easier, but I just can't.
Wait.
If I had that stupid jig, then it'd be a different story.
I'm sorry. I love when you avoid the big question. I'm a dollars. And guys, if you haven't picked up already, Mrs. Pate's a dollars and cents. Girls, I operate around money. What was the dollar amount? I
don't know. I mean, we have to sell things a certain way, so I just can't let it go. Hold on. Let's see what Mr. Turner's got. Yes, ma'am. Good morning to everyone. Oh, yeah. Let's go. I got 2 brand new never used still FS55 trimmers and weed eaters. I've had offer for like 30 to 40 pounds because at the end of the season, I stuck them in the shed and I get 150. Yes, absolutely. I have no problem holding decent machines. Stills here, I don't know, in the UK. Stills here, you cannot walk into a big box store and order them. You have to go through an authorized dealer, which would be, we have a couple local hardware stores here, believe it or not, that have service centers, and they're also authorized still dealers. And obviously your typical small engine repair shop. With steel, it's very hard to set prices here in the States because you physically have to get yourself into a store and get prices, or you run the gamut and go online and try and get prices, but those prices are inflated because you have to pay shipping. Hence why I sell Stihl MS-170 chainsaws for retail value. People get very googly-eyed over a Stihl, and they're $199 plus tax, and I sell them for $200. So that's what we're like going on over here. As far as holding equipment, I will hold certain equipment over without budging price-wise. Certain snow blowers, certain lawn mowers, backpack blowers sell all year round, weed whackers. I mean, it is what it is. There are other machines that I will drop prices, just to get them out the door. But as far as lawn mowers, been pretty much slow. The last thing I sold was another lawnmower. I think I spoke to Henry about that, and that's it. It was a nice self-propelled lawnmower. I have push mowers, zero movement on them, even with the bag. I made some pretty aggressive moves this week. If you guys see on Instagram, I went out and I bought a bunch of backpack blowers.
Those are always ace in the hole.
48 hours they were gone.
Ace in the hole. In fact, last night I said to him, do you have X, Y, and Z still for sale? Because I had someone who was interested for today.
No, so too late.
He goes, no, but he goes, I have X, Y, and Z still. And I said to the guy, I don't have this, but I have that. And it looks like we'll be sealing that deal today too. But after that, it's like, all right, keep it moving. Certain things, it's like it doesn't take up much real estate. It's whatever. I love the people who will try to nickel and dime on a backpack blower or
just
weed
locked
whacker.
in the last deal of our last backpack blower. We will be officially out.
But we might have to go head to head on that
Whoever
one.
comes first, we wait for nobody.
But the end of the day is, we love when the people for backpack blowers, weed whackers, some of the smaller equipment, they'll try to say, I'll give you. I've got no issue all day long. He knows I will not budge on that smaller equipment because I swear to goodness, I will put a backpack blower behind my pillow at night. It does not take up real estate. I am not going to drop the price on a backpack blower because you know what? Someone's going to buy it and someone's going to get full asking price. Those are the things people want. People see a Red Max, for example, and it's like Christmas morning.
Mm-hmm. Go on Instagram.
People love Red Max.
Go on Instagram. Check out the Red Max post. 48 hours. Those were all sold.
Yeah.
Full asking price. I try not to budge on backpack blowers.
Yeah.
They just sell all year round, from beginning of the season, middle of the season, especially towards the end. And don't let people use that excuse that I use sometimes. Like, hey, listen, I'm not going to spend this much money on something. I'm only going to use it for maybe I have another week and then or another month, and that's it. I'm done.
Oh my God! Get excited! If you thought this was a good day, oh, Roy,
get out of here, my hero. I have not.
Roy,
He's been busy. I've seen him.
Roy? If there's anyone. When we lay our pillow down at night, head on pillow at night, when I hear the Mr. whispering sweet nothings in his sleep, I hear him sometimes saying, Roy's the boy.
So stupid.
Roy's the boy. Roy's my hero. Roy, I'm telling you, he misses you. Good to see you around, brother. Good to see you around.
We're all busy. Hold on. I'm just trying to seal this deal. Sorry. Where were we? Sorry, I'm locking in a deal. Yeah, so definitely that. So backpack blowers are definitely hot right now. And don't let people, finagle you because it's the end of the season, unless it's something within reason. I mean, obviously, my situation might be different from yours because for the most part, unlike Henry, I have to pay for most of my things. So my bottom line has to be a little bit tighter than, other people. What do you get them for free? But then also it's very tough to just let something go because you guys know I just don't get a lawnmower and I push it out the door. I got to service it. I got to do this. I got to do that. So I do have some time and some pride, invested into it. So it's very tough towards the end of the season. I did try sealing a deal on an HRX 217 that didn't work out. As far as winding down towards the end of the season, I will still buy lawnmowers, but now I double down on a budget and definitely start, looking for the higher end machines versus just getting everything because I already have enough.
Henry Lovebug.
It's
the start of the season, but here's the thing: we've been selling them all year long.
I think he's talking about maybe snow blowers. And you talking about snow blowers?
Are you talking blowers, man? Are you talking backpack? Drop the link for this man. Henry, what do you look like first thing in the morning, baby? Are we getting in you like a Hugh Hefner smoking jacket first thing in the morning? What do you? What?
I guarantee.
Are you with a cup of Joe?
I guarantee he's still in bed.
I don't blame him. I'd be I'd be that, or let's be honest, where do most people do their best scrolling? Using the bathroom, on the couch, or in bed, right? Yeah, the backpack blowers are just golden, but they're getting harder and harder to come across. Like,
yeah, I tried making a couple aggressive moves. I said that last week's live. I definitely tried going out of state to buy 12 backpack blowers from a guy, and then another guy had another 8 for sale. It just couldn't work out. I understand where they're coming from. They think I'm some nut coming out of state trying to spend all this money to acquire something, and then more of them, they're just like,
I called it. And you know what, Henry? I'm not mad about it, because that's where I do my best Instagram scrolling, if we're being honest.
So you guys know me, first come, first serve. So if this guy has a bunch of equipment for sale, he's not going to wait for some yahoo that he has no idea is willing to travel an hour and a half each way, pay tolls, pay gas, and have a bunch of cash and go back home. They're not doing that. And I don't know how to maneuver around that. I refuse to pay them money ahead of time. I have no problem doing that. But when we're traveling that far, and they're just throwing up, 360 pictures and not individual pictures of every machine, it's very tough for me to just say, hey, listen, I'll pay you now, and then I'll get there. Because then when we get there, and I'm like, dude, this thing's fucking. Ooh.
The language. There could be.
I'm sorry. This stuff is junk. I just paid you $2,000. I want, I'm going to pay you $15 instead. And as you guys know, what I do with people, that's a long way to go home empty-handed over a couple of bucks here and there. So it's very tough for me. I don't know how to get over that hump of.
We were so close last weekend. So close to having. I mean, we would have been traveling out of state, but it was a nice little hole you were working on.
Yeah, I was working on 2. And then since they were both in Jersey, I would have done all 2. I would have done both holes in 1. That's what the ultimate plan was. So I was looking to bring back basically 20 backpack blowers to Long Island. And they would have been.
Oh, Franco, he's going to have to put some money in the swear jar, baby. Money in the swear jar. Yes, Thomas. Potty mouth.
Sorry.
We're working on it. We're working on it.
I hope YouTube does it.
Remember, it's poopski.
I hope YouTube. It just slipped. So that was very frustrating because I spent a lot of time and effort trying to work these deals out. And then just in the end, when these guys were like,
see? And he's going to repeat everything you say. That's so terrible. And you know who I am. I know I've got my viewers out there. Oh, my goodness. We're working on it. We're working on replacing those potty words. Guys, I got a lot on my hands teaching him about soap, potty, words.
No.
It's an everyday.
No.
It's an everyday job, Thank God he's so cute.
It happened. So that's been that was a weekend waste of wheeling and dealing and negotiating, because since you're trying to interact.
Casey says you're not in the shop.
Technically, my home is my shop.
Oh, Jesus Christmas.
Because.
Yes. F-bomb hill.
So that was just a lot of wasting time, because when you're trying to broker 2 deals like that with 2 different people, you're kind of waiting bait and breath and babysitting on a phone, and it is what it is, right? Risk versus reward.
You know what? I think the guys will agree. Maybe you need to turn around for a few minutes. Just think about what you just
I have to leave because I have to sell the last backpack. I have to leave in maybe like 10 minutes. Then you guys are with her till whenever the ship sails.
He said poop.
So so it's just been tough. But this week has been different. I mean, like I said, Henry hooked me up with some things, hooked me up with some parts for a machine. So hopefully I need to get that going. That'll probably be a priority today, because the window to sell that is closing drastically. So that would be a pressure washer. I need to get that going. I need to just go through that. I got to stop wasting time on these projects and just get them going.
So would you like to share how I surprised you a little bit this week?
You could talk about that.
So this week, yes, Thomas, it is. I've got great preparation. So this week on my way home, I just happened to be cruising along. And now I will say, I don't know about the areas that you guys live in, but there have been a few times that Mrs. Pate I have come across some really great curb finds, and
We haven't had one in a while.
we haven't had one in a while. And I used to find them, load them up, be on my way. But a couple of my last curb finds, you gotta turn the alarm off, hon. I found a couple of curb finds back in September. It was a tiller and a backpack blower. And I was like, oh my gosh, it's Christmas morning. And I pull over and I'm like, I'm going to load this. I mean, you guys saw the white diamond. Like, I didn't have the truck. I didn't have the Honda. Like, I don't know who I thought I was, that I was going to put a tiller in that thing, but I was going to make it. I would look like Sanford and Son, but I would make it happen. Well, I pulled over to make it happen. It was on the curb. It was on the curb, looked like it was being put out. Not so much. Not so much. Here I was, half load, and the woman comes out of the house, and all of a sudden this guy comes out from the backyard, and they're like, what are you doing? And I'm like, you're getting rid of this, right? And they were like, no, we're starting to till the backyard. And I'm like, oh God. Oh my God. And where we are, it was like literally around the corner from our local precinct. And here she is.
Say goodbye to the last one.
Toodle-oodles.
Yep, that's right. Brand new in the box.
So needless to say, I was dying. I was like, could you imagine educator / administrator, future in the toilet, felony charge, stealing? And I'm like, oh my God. So I also had another occasion where last year I thought someone was getting rid of a backpack blower. Pull over. Yeah, they came out from their backyard. It was with their garbage cans. And they were like, oh no, we're about to just blow the street. Sorry, no, it's not. And I'm like, oh my God. So as you can tell, I'm a little apprehensive to whether someone's actually getting rid of something. He's very like laissez-faire about it. Like, he's like, it's coming. I figure in my profession, I have a lot more to lose, like, so I turned around and I'm driving home. And Casey, I agree. If you're not getting rid of it, can you not put it with your garbage pail? You know what I'm saying? So I'm driving home, real nice area that I drive through. And I saw a nice lawnmower, a really nice one. But here's the deal. It was a pretty main street that I'm driving home on. And where they had the lawnmower positioned, there were no garbage pails around. The lawn looked like it was pretty freshly cut. And I was like, ugh. I was like, could this have been someone who just didn't put it away yet? Could this be someone who, like, is this done? Are they getting rid of it? Because the next day in the town was garbage day. It was like a real 50-50. And now here I'm on a main strip. There's no hiding me. Like, if I'm loading this thing in the back of my car, and it's a bigger girl. Like, it was going to be hard to like hide the fact that I was taking it. So I call him and I'm like, I show him and he's like, that's a good one. Now I'll tell you, she's got one little bell and whistle that makes her different than some other lawnmowers, and you'll see in the video. I don't want to give away content, but Mister's like, that's a good one. That's a good one. She's got compression, the whole 9 yards. And so long story short, I'm like, he's like, are they actually getting rid of it? Because even he's like, where they have it, it's hard to tell. So now he's like, he's like, I don't know what you want to do. And he's like, can you actually get that in the back of your car? And now I'm like fully dressed from work. And so I sat there a while. And finally I decided, I'm like, you know what? I don't normally do this. I go up to the door. And I'm knocking on the door, and this woman, little old Italian lady, must have been like in her 90s. She grabs me to hug me from the side. She's talking to me in Italian. I understood most of it. My mother spoke Italian. And basically, their house is for sale. So she thinks I'm there because she's selling the house. And so I'm like, no. The lawnmower. She has no clue that lawnmower's there. So now I'm like, oh my God, it's a main strip. Someone just dumped this in the front of their house. I'm like, it's definitely just something someone's getting rid of. And so she now thinks I'm someone there to tell her, you can't just dump your lawnmower there. And she goes to me, not mine, I didn't do it. Like, she thinks I'm like a town worker or something, telling her she can't get rid of this lawnmower there. And now she's like, you take it? And I'm like, yes, I'll take it. And she goes, why do you want it, basically? And I'm like, the bag, I want the bag. And she goes, you take the whole thing? And I'm like, yes, I'll take the whole thing. And it's like, it was such a fiasco. As I'm standing there, her husband pulls up in the driveway, and he's standing there now, and he's speaking to her in Italian. They're going back and forth. You know us Italians, we're vibrant. And she's looking, and he's like basically saying to her in Italian, I didn't do it. I didn't leave it there. Like, they think I'm like town worker. They think I'm there telling them you can't put it there. And I'm like, I'm telling them, like, there's no way my car is a town car. So I'm basically like, they're like, go ahead. But they're not helping. They go in the house immediately. And it was a joke and a half watching me get this thing into the back of my Nissan. And the ride home, my hood's up. My trunk is up, I'm sorry. It's hanging out the back because I couldn't get the wheels fully in. And all the ways home, I'm one lane. The people behind me, let me tell you, not happy. Not happy, because if I went over just one bump the right way, I'm dropping this lawnmower into the pavement and the street behind me. Of course, there's that one Ricky Bobby behind me who decides he's going to ride my bumper the whole way. And I was like, you know what? Ride it. Because you know what? Instead of that Jaguar symbol on the front of your car, you're going to have this new Husqvarna symbol on the front of your car. Go ahead. Keep riding the back of my car, because I can't wait for the first real big bump. But the mister literally is messaging me. And he's like, so you're going to need me to come get it? Can you ask them to put it to the side? Like, did you talk to someone? And he sees me pulling up and he's like, oh my God, she put it in the back of the car. And so there's more to the story with the machine. It is an amazing machine. It really, really is. But it's got some lackluster, needless to say. We've got some things to do. There's definitely a reason that it was put on the curb. It works, and you'll see in the video. Thanks, Henry. I'll see you later. And the mister is you're picking and he's selling. And so long story short, there's a really, really good video coming your way. But it's an experience. It's going to be a really, really good video. I hope you enjoy it. It's got a lot of him, a little bit of me. But it kind of just gives you, it's like a day in the life of our real gig, and also a little bit of the flip. So at the end of the day, that was my big contribution to Pate's performance this week. So, Mr. Pate's performance, what do you have lined up for right now? So the backpack, the blower is going to take place. Henry's going on a pick.
Fantastic.
You made me lawn. What's up, brother?
And his brother, the neighbor dominator.
There. Oh, that's his brother? Cool.
Yes.
Very cool. So yeah.
So hopefully you're selling a backpack blower, hopefully selling a chainsaw, and then I have to somehow move on past this stupid lawnmower and really get into this pressure washer. Mm-hmm. That lawnmower, if I can get past that vibration issue, that lawnmower can be, we are in literally the home stretch. We are this close to getting that lawnmower done. And what sucks to me is that this is what I did. I bought new blade, new clutch, and I had an oopsie, so I had to pay for my oopsie and get a new cable. So that's what aggravates me the most. If I didn't spend any money on that lawnmower trying to revive the blade clutch system, then I would have just permanently asphyxiated it and kept it moving. Now, if this situation ever arises, I know exactly what to do. I probably, if I can't straighten out this crank today, then that's just going to set the tone for everyone that I ever get. If it vibrates with the blade not engaged, guess what? Tying down that handle. I'm not sure if I would do like a clamp, a zip tie with this, because it's it is a Toro. It rests against the plastic personal pace house, so I can't even throw a weld on it to make sure that they cannot reverse it and discover the problem. I mean, we'll see. I don't know what to do. I'm kind of in a tight spot right now. It is what it is. I mean, I got the lawnmower for free. I got it as a tip, kind of, sort of, when I was doing generator repairs in the middle of the season. So it's tough. I just picked up a used crank. Oh
man. Have you still been looking or no?
I kind of stopped.
Oh, see what happens when you stop?
Scott, if you don't mind me asking, drop how much you paid for. If you don't mind me asking.
And congratulations on yours. That's awesome.
Jason, do you clean under the deck? I feel like I'm spending way too much time with them all in my position. I need to flip them faster. So I do clean under the deck, but I use my pressure washer. I do not scrape or 200 wood sleeves. Stole it. I would have done. Hey, you want to?
Hey, Scott.
You want to?
I'll give you 210. I'm kidding.
Yeah. So here we go. Good. So cleaning under the deck. You guys know, right? Restyle, restore, clean it. This year I started reconditioning blades for an extra. I went from $5 to $10, increasing profit using 99-cent paint. I absolutely clean underneath the deck. It's very simple. Tilt it over on its side, hit it with a pressure washer. A little bit messy, but when they pick up that lawn, like, oh, this thing, the bottom matches the top. Don't let, when you power wash and there's rust, just like it's wear and tear. It's just gonna happen. On my earlier videos, I did a complete restoration on a Snapper High-Vac. That's an icon. That is something worth doing that too. Something like your typical push mower, I would not, but if you want to, Uncle Arch at Arch's Garage, he's local to me. Very infamous for doing that. Absolutely respect him. Unfortunately, I won't do that on every machine. Uncle Arch, like I said before, disassembles each machine meticulously, methodically, and completely restores it, from the ground up.
Casey's a scrape, clean, and paint.
Yep, okay, yep. I actually have to go.
You made me lawn. I got my pressure washer because I can see how fast. Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
Love the pressure washer.
Yep, we got an electric one, as you guys know, and because it's electric, now I mounted it inside my garage. It's hanging on my wall.
Aw, yes, Arch, you're awesome.
Yep, absolutely.
So I'm gonna give
I have to go.
The viewers. I'll give them 6 minutes. Well, we're going to give you a full hour. I know he's got to go. I'm going to give you a few minutes of Ask Miss Pate Anything.
Oh, Lord.
Oh, man. Uh-oh. So you can, within reason, and you know me, I'm a straight shooter, so if I don't want to answer it, I'm not going to. We like to give you at least a full hour of entertainment. So if you have any questions at all, you can 100% come into the chat and ask away. What about my deer should I do under the deck? You know what, Franco? He absolutely goes back into the lives and he'll take a look, and we'll definitely ask him, or if someone in the chat here wants to address that. That is a good question. You made me lawn. Yeah, he has a lot of great tips. He really does. I will say, any of the machines we get in, even the one that I just found, he's taught me. When I pulled over to the side, I mean, you think the troubleshooting list that I look for when I'm taking something off the side of the road, it's not because I know all these things. He taught me what to look for, because you have to see. In the summertime and when the weather's better and I go for my runs and whatnot, you would just see the garbage that I used to like run back with. It was garbage. And we're talking years ago. And now he's taught me what to look for with compression, what to look for with if something just needs a good old pressure wash and a clean versus it's completely chipping and rusting and etc. Smelling the gas, looking at the oil, all of the things. He's got a lot of really great tips. I often told him, I said, I need to type it up, laminate it, keep it in the car so I have my tip list. Let's see here. I almost put the Toro on the curb. Yeah, I will tell you, the mister just recently, when we went through the cleaning of the garage, I think you saw the community post. So the day that cleaning took place, it went down like this. I turned around. He was upstairs in the office editing a video, and I literally pulled everything out of the garage. My rule in our house is I ask once, I ask twice, and if something's not done, I do it myself. So I took everything out of the garage, and I knew that this is something he wanted to do. He's been wanting to organize the garage for a really, really long time. So I knew that I know him. He just couldn't do it on his own. So he purged a lot. There was a lot that he was holding on to, engines and parts, and he actually gave them over to someone else who watches the channel, someone who's really doing well for themselves and starting out. And so that felt good for them. And it felt good for him to, clear up the space. And now he feels fresh, and we're still organizing. We have to do the toolboxes and whatnot. I have a lot on my plate for this last week and the week we're going into for work. So, but I'll help him get through the toolboxes too. It's a lot. You got to be a team. And I know you guys love your toolboxes and your garages, but I do help him in a way where, like when we did the garages, it was literally like whatever he decided that he was keeping or not, I kept my mouth shut. Like it was his choice on what he did and where he wanted to put things. And that's his space. It's not mine. I was simply there to be the legs and the movement and put things in piles. But it's hard to do that much on your own. And he's tired and he works a full week. So good morning, Ed. Good to see you here. Franco, is he still abusing my soap and toothbrush? I'm not going to lie to you. Every morning I go in there and I give my toothbrush a good feel to see if it's wet before me. I used to work for a dentist. Interesting tidbit about me. Throughout all of high school, all of college, even like my first year or two of teaching, I still work there at night. I am so fussy about like dental hygiene. So I don't want someone using my toothbrush. And the whole hair thing, please don't put your rear hair on my I really don't want any hair, to be honest, on my soap. So soap issues, it's funny. Like there is nothing I wouldn't share of mine with him, but like some of the bodily hygiene things, like I'm really particular about. I really want my own soap. So yes. Let's see here, saying hi. Yep, hauled in a full load of scrap yesterday. The mister finds a lot. He finds a lot. Well, let me take that back. It's hard to find a lot. He finds a lot of good deals. I think he said this to you before. In our area, it is really, really hard to find things that people are just getting rid of. Henry's at Mowers and Blowers. God bless him. Maybe I need to rub him for baby luck. Henry, if you're still watching, I'm going to come rub you. That came out wrong. I'm going to maybe do a jog one day and come by and rub him like a good luck rock. But you know what? The thing is, you have to constantly, it's tips. It's people saying, hey, I saw this. I was driving and I saw that, but you got to be able to go right now to go get it. It's hard to come across things like the find that I found this week. It was literally, it's funny. It looked like someone just cut with it and dropped it. I just so happened to be driving by. I guarantee you, if I would have left that mower and the mister tried to come back to get it an hour later, half hour later, it would have been gone. It's really here. It's all about timing. If you find something, or if you've got someone who gives you a hot tip that someone's getting rid of something, if someone posts an ad for something for free, it doesn't stay free for long. Usually it's snatched up. And so the mister does have to pay for the things that we do get to flip. But he does find some really great finds, and vice versa. We always kind of help each other out that way, but our main gig is always our main gig. We're always, it's hard. You can't be on our phones. We're dedicated to our main job. And so, lunchtime is lunchtime. After work, as soon as you're in your car, you could scroll, look, do all the things. And hey, I found this. I'm going to go get this, vice versa. But it's hard. It's hard because we love what we do for a living. And that's got to be our dedicated gig during the day. So you have to make really good use of early mornings, your breaks at work, and after work. Scott asked, do you offer a discount off the price of the mower for their old trade-in? Scott, this is a really, really good question, and it's something we've addressed on the channel a couple of times. The mister is often really hesitant with these trade-ins. Over time, people are always going to believe that their machine is worth so much more for that trade-in than it actually is. And the mister will obviously right away entertain repeat customers, someone that, might have bought other equipment from us. I know there's someone that he's, trying to work with now that is interested in a pressure washer, and he's bought a snow blower from us already, and I believe a weed whacker already from us. So he'll work with them if they have something to trade in, to turn in. But he has, typically a fixed dollar amount he tries to go with, whether it's maybe $25 for each piece of equipment, or if it's a really nice piece of equipment, yeah, he'll work with them towards what they're getting from us. But they have to remember, and he reminds them that what he's giving to them has been service. It has been, obviously fine-tuned and gone through. Sometimes it's been completely, in some elements restored. What they're giving to him is something that is going to need to be serviced or restored or worked on. So at the end of the day, these are things and conversations that have to take place. There have always been times too that the mister has turned around and it's not what someone wants to hear, but sometimes when people think their machines still have value, they truly don't. And he's had to be completely honest with them and say, it's going to be scrap, and he doesn't want to take that on. So he's absolutely turned around and also said, I really can't take anything for your equipment, but I could absolutely work with you on the one that I'm selling. He's a good guy, and he's always willing to, help someone out and go out on a limb, but he also knows what our equipment's worth. And so he's not going to cut his nose off to spite his face either. And yeah, Casey, they always want too much. It's like selling a used car, someone, that's their baby. And it's funny now that I'm getting to the point where I've had my car now. We're coming on, is it almost 16 years? I've been the original owner, and I know that everything that's been done on that car, the mister is done, or I've had a shop do, I have records for everything. But I also have to remember, it's used. It is used. And I don't want to fall into that category of sentimental price tag, right? Like there's a difference between reality price tag and sentimental. Henry, thank you so much, Lovebug. And yes, don't forget today, Mix Mowers is going to be going live 1:30, and apparently Mick is that Mix giving away lap dances? Oh no, Mix has prizes. Oh, okay. I'm sorry, I read that wrong. I don't have my contacts in just yet. Winky wink. Welcome back, love. We're just getting ready to wrap things up.
Someone asked they want to see the garage.
They did.
Right? Didn't somebody ask?
Oh no. We were talking about, Will I asked about the garage? I missed that. Someone was just asking, can we see the garage? Well, I was telling them we still need to get the toolboxes cleaned up. So William, what about if
maybe we do a live in the garage?
What about if we get those toolboxes cleaned up and get things a little more tidy? And yeah, that would be fun. We could definitely do that. We could do
That'd
that.
be interesting.
Yeah, that'd be fun. That'd
Maybe
be
just
different.
maybe just a garage tour. A lot of people have asked me over on Musty Lunch channel to see my garage, and I'm a little embarrassed because Musty One setup, even when he was in his garage before he transitioned to his building, significantly different. And then I don't want to disappoint them.
And I'm going to turn around and say this.
We work with what we have.
Hold on. I've said this story a million times over, and I'm going to say it again. We should always be grateful for what we have. And if everybody remembers, I think by now, I think I've told so many of you this story before. My family was very much involved working for you all know the company Estee Lauder. I have many a family member that have worked for the company. Estee Lauder started that company with her and her husband out of the garage. If you think your garage is small, we're talking like Levittown size, like postage stamp. And look at that company now. At the end of the day, it's not about where your beginnings are. It's not about the size of the space you're working in.
Yeah.
It's about,
there are people that work with a lot less than I have.
It's about the mechanic. It's about these two hands. You were given a gift. Not everybody has that. You are a good person. You're a great salesperson, and you have the wits about you to do a lot of great things. Stop being so overly concerned with the exterior portion. Those things will come in time when appropriate, and stop caring when you go on camera about what you have versus what someone else has. Viewers are going to love what they're watching. They're going to think it's fun to watch you in no matter what environment you're in. Am I right, guys? Like people just want to be nosy and see wherever you are. They don't care if it's the current garage or when you get it remodeled. They just want to see what your life is like. They're not sitting there and playing the comparison game like you are. You know who does the comparison? I feel like we do, right? Don't we compare ourselves to other people all the time? So at the end of the day, stop comparing yourself. You are awesome. I know every person that's popped into the chat today, you all are doing something that most people can't do, right?
Or tackling on things that you can do, because I show you guys how to do stuff. I really take a lot of time.
I got to be honest.
Got a lot of hits this week on snowblower. Snow is coming for a lot of you guys. I got a lot of positive comments. As crazy as my week has been, I read those comments.
Yeah.
Turn that frown upside down. So I really appreciate it when you guys throw me some good stuff.
Yeah. And I have to tell you, when I even see, not the guys in the chat here today, but when I see someone throw the mister, and I know for a fact you guys are getting similar comments too. It's not just the mister. I'm not trying to sit here and make his head big.
Yeah.
But when you guys know that feeling, when a viewer writes in that your trick or tidbit that you gave in a video made their task easier, or someone writes in and says, listen, man, this is not what I do for a living, and you helped me get my machine running, you can't tell me that doesn't feel good. So that didn't mean your garage or your setup made them feel good. What you showed them made them feel good, right? Mm-hmm. So at the end of the day, keep doing what you're doing.
Do people go crazy for single stage snowblowers in the area too? Okay, Frank, you asked that earlier. Sorry, you missed it. Somebody was a little preoccupied.
And Franco also asked, can he pressure wash underneath his John Deere?
110%.
And I didn't want to answer that not knowing.
I power wash the machine inside and out for the most part. When I pressure wash the outside of the machine, I have it running. And then when I obviously turn on its side, I do not have it running. But a good tip to do, I don't know why I don't do this first. Sometimes I get caught up. Pressure wash the underside of the lawnmower first. Mm-hmm. Because when you pressure side, you put it on its side, pressure wash it, all that stuff is going to go. It's going to sit on the wheels, go on top of the deck. No, put it on its side, tilt it on its side.
But I'm saying, well, the stuff from underneath spray up.
Yeah, spray up and get caught up on the wheels and all that stuff. Then you flip it over on its side, then pressure wash the top. Yeah. Start the lawnmower, make sure it's running. And that is it.
Casey, is the fact you don't have a strong single stage following in your area because you get so much snow that they're looking for the beastier machines?
Okay, so single stage snow blowers for us do sell well due to price point. Mm-hmm. Toro single stage snow blowers do carry a fantastic reputation even she knows this. Snow Commanders, but it's
Yes.
also the way I market them, and the way I write my ads. If you guys go through my Toro single stage Snow Commander videos, my ads should be in there, and my tips and tricks to get anywhere from 300 through to 350 for them. They're just an awesome machine. I mean, without a doubt,
See?
you need to highlight
So it's that and people who want you.
highlight all the features that Toro Snow Commander has, because your basic generic single stage snowblower that you see now does not have that feature. As you guys know, that line of snowblowers has been discontinued, but don't let that stir you from maybe trying to acquire one cheap and selling it for good money. Toro got rid of the Snow Commander and replaced it with a 2-stage called Snow Master, which has also been on my channel. To be honest with you, we have not used, I've used a Snow Commander. I was pretty much impressed, but I'll always, love a 2-stage. I'll always love a 2-stage.
I have a question.
Also, one more thing.
Okay.
With single stage snowblowers, I feel it's also your job to educate people. The single stage snowblower will take the snow down to the pavement if set upright, compared to a snowblower which will not. That's more for snow removal. Single stage snowblowers, I can't say I'm kind of gimmicky my ads, but I mostly sell them to homeowners looking for something inexpensive, or people who have accounts that actually need to get down to the ground. Like they have, like a bank or something where they have to get down to the ground. We do snow removal. I was tempted to keep a Snow Commander and get snow to the ground, but then I figured, you know what? We do it once. We're going to have to do it every time. So we just stick to the snowblowers, bing, bang, boom, in and out. Landscapers go nuts for those little Toros. Yes, absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. And what sucks about the Toro Snow Commanders, I get $350 for the electric starts and $300 for non, and the landscapers will offer me $300 for an electric start model and they said they don't need the electric start. So sometimes, depending on how I'm feeling, I will take $300 for an electric start one, but we are thick in the middle of the season. I will not budge on that price. There are not a lot of Snow Commanders out for sale. I love Henry to death. Me and Henry, we both had Snow Commanders. We both sold them at different prices. So it just really goes down to marketing, and it just goes down to, highlighting all the features on there. And, we'll go with that. I love these live shows.
Thank you. Having
we appreciate it. So the reason why we started doing lives, Henry and her really pressured me into getting an Instagram, and Instagram is great. It's really hard for me to keep up sometimes. And I didn't know on Instagram you could DM or message each other. So when I finally found out that I had a crap ton of messages, I got a lot of hate messages. Hey, I'm asking you questions, you're not answering me, yada, yada, yada. And, it's very difficult between everything that I do and we do for me to answer individual questions. So the lives is what really I kind of, keep in touch with you guys. And if you guys have questions, take them to Instagram, take them to the lives. And, I'll do the best I can, or we can as a community, to help you guys, right? There is a guy, Kaiser Dog. He's not here today, but he pops up. He had an issue with a lawn tractor. I do not do lawn tractors. Ken Small Engines was here, and I couldn't think of a better person to answer that question. And even Henry at Mows and Blowers, if he would pop in more often, right? Those are two solid channels that deal.
Well, give Henry a break.
I said Henry.
He had to use the restroom today, and we lucked out. I know.
Those two guys in the lawn tractors, inside and out. And, Ken was able to, help him, got him with his issue, and he actually got it fixed, and then he actually sold it for good money. So, that's what our lives are all about. It's not more for us, it's more for you guys, more of a community type deal thing. If you guys didn't get that
Thank
vibe.
you, Sparky. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
Jason did not go well with Instagram. You pet his phones. Yep. Okay. Yeah. So that's where we're at. So we really do appreciate it. Pop on in. There are a lot of other great channels here as well. Feel free to explore them. Ken Small Engine, Mixed Mowers, Roy's Boy, just a lot of good channels. Franco the Boss, just a lot of good channels, and we're happy. And Henry Mows and Blowers, obviously. I'm sorry, a lot of good channels on here.
Yeah, there's so many.
We're all different. It's funny. Me and Henry were buddies. We're right around the block.
Yeah.
2 different styles, 2 different machines, 2 different mentalities.
And I have to tell you,
we all get along.
If I could hook onto that for a second, hon. At the end of the day, my side business is all Instagram. It's not YouTube, and I have been successful for a very long time, thank God, with that. But can you guys make sure when you're on Instagram, right? And I know the Mister just rattled off some really big accounts, Mowers and Blowers and et cetera. But when when Instagram shoots to you, check out this channel or check out this one. Check out those smaller channels too, because that's how these growing channels in small engines, that's how they're going to start growing. They won't get that grow without you guys checking them out. We can't just always be giving the attention to the big channels like that. And I know the Mister, when I set up his Instagram account, I specifically went on there and I set him up with some of these channels that were just starting out. And now you've got some really nice connections with some guys that have some up and coming landscaping businesses, some guys who are starting out. Yeah,
I sell a few things off Instagram
it's
too.
It's a nice little community of people. It really is.
It's another channel. I try not to sell things off of Instagram, but it just happens to be that people take notice to what I do, and then they want to just be kept in the loop because they're actually at I had a guy come from Jersey and buy some stuff from me, and it's just the way it worked out. So,
Mister, I have a question left.
What? We're over now. We gotta go.
But not even that, honey. Is there a reason that you still have your glasses on? Are we hitting up the club?
Anyway. You're stupid.
Or are you just too cool for all of us?
Yeah, I'm just too cool.
I love you.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining us, especially Mrs. Pate's performance, who almost didn't make it.
Check me out. I'm new here.
Yes.
Check out Eliminator channel. Very good. Oh, how cool.
Yeah. Like I said, there's plenty of good channels out there. Bruce Pender. I mean, some of the big channels that don't need introductions.
See, you're super cool, man.
Yep. Archer's Garage is another good one. Like I said, just a great community, a great family. It is what I don't know how to say this. When we started our YouTube thing, I hate saying it, whatever, we had no idea it was going to get into this.
But
obviously,
when we started
this would
thing...
be nothing without you.
Wait,
so we thank you for that.
We can't get them a later without these glasses on now. Hold on.
These are actually prescription. Remember, I wear glasses.
Because Mama takes care of her boo.
All right, guys. So thank you for joining with us with our weekly live. I hope this is a great start to your weekend. This is going to be a great start for ours.
And before we end today, this man that sits next to me, the beautiful woman who birthed him, is celebrating a birthday in this upcoming week. A big birthday shout out to the beautiful, original Mrs. Pate.
Performance.
Mama Pate, we love you.
Happy birthday.
And happy birthday, and thank you for bringing this beautiful boy into the world. We love you.
All right, guys, like I said, have a wonderful weekend. You take care of each other and have a better week. All right, guys.
Later.
Later.